Good morning. Today is really cool because I'm actually doing a collab this morning with Jaden from Jaden Animations. We're just taking a short break, but we're between the two videos, so we just did the video together for my channel and now we're about to do the video for her channel. It's this really cool idea where we're both taking in turns being the angel and the devil, where essentially we're drawing the same story and we take in turns where the angel makes everything nicer and then passes it on to the devil of our project who ruins everything in the narrative. And it's sort of, we make a story that takes these steps and we're trying to play tug of war to ruin or save the story. And it was just this concept we came up with together. We just did it once and it's beautiful. So I can't wait to share it, and we're just about to do it for her channel where I'm going to be the angel and she's going to be the devil. So I'm going to jump into that. I'm not going to show any of it because you'll see it soon. I think we're going to be trying to release it which will around my Monday, her Sunday, so you'll see it pretty soon. Yeah, but I think a lot of you have been excited about the concept of me collaborating with Jaden Animations, and if you haven't checked her out, she's an amazing, really talented, really funny animator on YouTube, so I'm really excited to be doing this with her. Wrapping up for the day, we're heading off to Melbourne because tonight we're attending an awards ceremony for the top 50 Australian influencers, which is an interesting thing that apparently I'm in the shortlist of 100 and got invited to a party. So Mrs. Jazza and I are like, okay, cool, free drinks. Question of the day I'll take now before we head off. The J Clay asks, you said that it would cost twice as much to knock down the shed and start again in your original fundraiser video. Seeing as you have double your goal, are you considering doing that now? That's a good question, but I never actually said it would cost double. I'm very sure I didn't say that. If I did, I was wrong. I remember saying that it's just not viable because there's permits and stuff, because bringing down a whole structure and rebuilding another one is a really convoluted process. But the fact that the fundraiser has raised $60,000 out of the requested $26,000 so far means that the plan that we had is going to be able to be taken a step further, and our current plan is to create the entire shed space to be the studio and to sort of extend or build a separate shed thing, just something small to pop out on the side or whatever, so we still have something for a shed, which will give us the whole space for the studio, which is going to be amazing. But then the idea of actually having beyond what we need for the studio space itself is a huge deal to us because of the content we can make. I have talked in the past in other vlogs about the want to try and keep up with standards and even get ahead. Things like 4K video, which not only requires a 4K camera, but requires a huge amount of video storage. So I'd need a new storage and backup system and all that stuff. So all of the funds that are raised above what we need to get a good studio space, which is of course the priority for the fundraiser, will go to anything and everything that will make the content better. And then obviously also only spent at a rate which is wise and reasonable. So we're not just gonna like spend all the money at once, we're gonna do the studio, we're gonna upgrade all the content with what we can, and then if there's money left, we're going to have a fund that we set aside, we share publicly, basically the where the money goes as it goes. So if we have a project where we want to maybe get a few massive canvases and a whole bunch of paint to do a really epic community themed piece or something like that, like it will allow us to get the supplies, get the materials to make the most exciting content. And I can barely even explain how incredible it is as a creator to have a community say, okay, go create like awesome stuff. It's beyond word. God damn it, I refuse to cry every time I talk about this. I feel like it's detrimental to the future of the channel that I just start crying every time I talk to you guys. I feel like I need to like keep it in check. Anyways, I'm off to some bizarre award ceremony into the city. Wish me luck, I guess. Welcome to the city of Melbourne. We're getting ready for the Influencer Award. And well, we're not actually expecting the award, but it's a dress up thing.
Didn't realise you were so confident.
And Mrs. Jazza looks amazing, and I've dragged her into the camera for once. We're matching, isn't that nice? And it's red for YouTube. Let me show you years of being a Mormon in practice.
Go. tie the best tie knot ever.
I'm very out of practice.
Or do you just do the fastest one?
Yeah.
Fastest one or bestest one? Fastest one is bestest. You can't keep God waiting for tie knots.
Maybe I should do a Donald Trump tie. Let's do it. I think that's in fashion now.
Is that a really short little dicky?
No, quite the opposite.
It's like a big long
just
dangly.
Just you wait.
Do you feel the need to do this?
Absolutely.
I'm not sure. I feel like this is a waste of time.
There we go. This is the.
I feel like it makes you look shorter.
Is it? I think it makes me look powerful and influential.
I generally think it makes you look shorter.
So let's talk about tonight. What's the deal?
We're going to Australia's Top 50 Influencer Awards. Jazza has been shortlisted in the top 100, but we don't expect to go any further than that. We're going to network.
To be present.
A lot of things happen in Sydney in Australia. Oh, I say
it's a bit trial and error. We're including you in this. Go on.
A lot of things happen in Sydney and Australia, so when something happens in Melbourne, it's important that we're not always the people who aren't there. Jazza is sometimes the people say we're going. But we don't know that whole idea of the awards. I don't know, maybe it means the same thing to them as it does to us.
There's a lot of advertising people involved. There's, mainstream radio station and all that. So, I don't know, it's definitely an industry thing. But the word influence means something a little special to us. It's less about advertising and it's more about community, really. In particular, over the last few days, that's been emphasised by the emails we've been receiving from people just with inspiring stories and just reinforcing the special nature of the connection that our audience has to the content that we share, which is really nice, so
yeah.
Is that right?
So we've got some really touching messages. We haven't managed to get to everyone's messages. We tried so hard the first few days. It got so crazy. We had to stop and get on with sort of work, and we will get to your messages, everyone.
We're reading all of them. We're trying so hard to reply. We're both at it, logged into the same account, trying to reply to people. But there's so much love pouring in. It's pretty full on.
But I did read a couple of emails that I wanted to say in terms of the influencer awards. What it means to be an influencer really sort of struck home to us with these emails.
We were talking about it last night. It's a very personal thing to us.
And one was from a guy in London who had a tragedy happen. He had a motorcycle crash and had a bad injury from that, and further health complications, and then ended up in a wheelchair. And feeling obviously, as anyone would, that feeling very low. And
he wanted to exercise he lost movement and the ability to walk, so he's wheelchair bound, and he wanted to exercise his hands, and so he looked up drawing stuff.
Oh, don't you rat to go! Your makeup will run.
Give up.
Your mascara's ruined.
Picking up where we left off.
I'm gonna have to do it all again.
He was using my channel at one point. He said he watched one video, then he watched another, and before he knew it, he was sort of in the spiral of watching all my videos, and that it really helped him gain positivity and a connection with.
But what an inspiring person, because he's now gone on to find love, and he got married to his partner, and
those stories just.
And be happy, and that's incredibly inspiring to see someone come out of adversity with that sort of motivation and strength.
Those sorts of stories are just when people like that contact us, people like Dominic as well, for example, and people like our friend from war-torn Yemen who give credit to me for something. How can you take that? I understand where it's coming from, but at the same time, it's.
So we held on to those emails from you you guys who email and because they really are inspiring. So shout out to Sean in London.
Hopefully he's watching this. I suspect he might be.
He says we're family. So
he saw the recent vlog. So
he did,
shout out, Sean. We're really appreciative of
and
your email.
And also, we got an email from Canada from someone called Chris, who's going to be a dad this year. Congratulations!
He shared that he got the tail teller prints from the campaign, and that is going to put
for the
him up
nursery.
in his kids' nursery.
And that makes us feel like, other children are enjoying this.
He said maybe it would like help cultivate a love for art and animation and things like that, and that's just
awesome.
So sweet.
And then the sentiment with which he went on to say, look, you guys have raised over your goal, maybe you should consider putting it towards something like MJ's education. And that just care for our Bubba, how like caring and lovely is that? We in Australia, we're in a bit of a different, I hesitate to say we're in a lucky position in terms of
healthcare and education is pretty decent,
accessible,
yeah.
So we don't actually, he'll be okay for education. The government gives interest-free tuition, and so to everyone. So thank you for your concern for MJ. This is Jazza Studios content funding.
I think the money that comes in from the campaign that isn't spent strictly on the studio is like this sacred pool of making stuff to give back to you.
Yeah,
sort of
we
money,
promise it will.
So
Jazza has some
equipment
plans.
and stuff to upgrade the stuff explicitly, and then content. Like we already had some ambitious ideas.
Definitely will be separated off from that sort of stuff, and as part of that, I guess I just wanted to say to all those people who care so much about us personally.
Thank you. We really appreciate it. The thing that this campaign has done has been make the dream come true of making amazing content for you guys, and that's what it's all about.
Okay, so welcome everybody. What a fantastic night. I know that there are lots of you here who are lined up ready to receive an award, so that's a lot of fun for everybody, and I wish you all the best of luck.
Yeah, I wasn't sure what to wear tonight, and I was like, Gina will have the girls out. Just wear something discreet.
I just missed him. I just missed number one.
Guys.
Shit.
That's it for the formalities. Thank you all. Thanks all of you for being here tonight.
I love you, Gina.
Love you too. Love you too.
How would you summarise how it went?
I think awkward is like the whole first bit of it. We met some really nice people.
Yeah.
We got talking to this couple who, she has a blog, and they're just starting out really in a way.
Yeah.
Her blog's doing quite well, but she started blogging about how their IVF journey was so traumatic for them, and we just felt for them so much.
It's a really personal journey.
It was obviously had really damaged them, and they were really sad about it. And then the stupid comedian. Sorry, I shouldn't say stupid.
Sorry. Yeah, no, look, let's be blunt. Stupid comedian.
Banged on.
For like half an hour about, children, I have children. If you're thinking of having children, don't bloody bother having children.
Yeah, just standing with
We're
people
just like,
who've laid their hearts out about how much they wanted a child.
And missing ours as well. Like, it's just like half
we're
the audience
just
were
like,
people who were parents and love their kids, or people who don't have kids because, I don't know, they're Instagram models who just last thing on their mind. And then, of course, people who that's not a great message.
It was so awkward and it was so horrible, and I just wanted to protect them, and there's nothing you can say because I get that pain. I really do get that pain.
That aside, Gina she acknowledged my acclamation of love. That was
Jazza,
my highlight.
I love you, Gina. Who's the Real Housewives of Melbourne?
Yeah,
host.
Housewife of Melbourne.
She said, "I love you too." So
Yep,
Jazza and Gina are starting a love affair.
Bring it on, Housewife of Melbourne. Bloody ripper.
And Reardon was there from How to Cook That, who Jazza knows.
Yeah, I'd met her through Skip Ahead, and when I was in LA doing the Skip Ahead thing, and she's awesome. She's awesome. She's
I met her
clever.
before, but she's very
How
nice.
to Cook That is one of the most popular cooking YouTube channels, but she is just so clever and just a really nice lady. So we
didn't know that she'd moved down to Melbourne from Sydney, which is cool because now we can go to dinner with her, and we feel
That'd be
like
nice.
she'll be good at cooking.
Yep. That's what I'm thinking. We were like, you're cooking. That'd be that'd be
I
good.
tried to let her off. I said we'd bring pizza.
But let's be completely honest. It was an event created by and curated by advertisers who it was kind of what I was hoping it wouldn't be, but it sort of was. And it's unfortunate because I look forward to and hope for the day that the industry understands what the power of influence through these platforms actually is and actually means. Because the people who get it, like Anne and like us and the other people we chatted to, the people working and experiencing these communities and building these amazing communities, it's, realize how special it is. And it'll be
It's a
nice
bit
when the
sad,
world wakes up to
yeah.
it. But
Well,
we get it, you know, we all you guys watching this, I mean, look, we're all in bed together. If only Gina was here. I'm sorry.